another edition of the Smoking Den, albeit a very belated edition of the Smoking Den. Thank you to my subscribers who are still with me. So that said, today, my name is Smoky Dan. I'm your host for this evening, and I'm going to be reviewing an EP Carillo. It's called the Inch. And it's called the Inch because, and this isn't with every size, including this size, but there's one size that has a 164-inch ring gauge, so it's a 1-inch around ring gauge. But regardless of the ring gauge that you buy, they are all very fat, stubby cigars. This one is I guess they're Robusto, the size. They're all called Gordo. It's 5 inches long with a 62-inch ring gauge. It's just gigantic. It's a really weird looking cigar. I'm a big fan of EP Carillo. I've never smoked this cigar, so I'm looking forward to it. See, gorgeous double band, lots of gold. It's almost got like an Aztec flavor to it. It is a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper, very rich, solid, dark chocolate wrapper. Not heavy in the veins or imperfections. Really, really handsome wrapper. I don't know about the binder. Forgive me. It has a blend of Dominican and Nicaraguan fillers, and I'm going to take this little foot band off. Let's snip it off and light her up. Generally, I've been smoking a lot of like the new waves, the Connecticut EP Carillos. Big fan. Have not really ventured much into their Maduros, so this will be new. Normally, I leave the band off or on, until the last part of the cigar, but this thing's falling off on its own, so we have a nude cigar. Forgive me for the bick as well, but all of my good lighters are out of fluid, and I'm feeling lazy. I don't feel like putting fluid in them, so twist the foot up. Really well packed cigar. The cap that's coming off. Lovely. First impression, there's a lot of like baker's cocoa, a lot of dry cocoa going on. Very rich dry cocoa, a little bit of nut flavor too. There's some coffee bean coming in the top palate and retrohale. Um, Very lush mouthfeel. And there's a bit of cedar coming in the back palate as well. Even a few puffs in, I was expecting something good, wasn't expecting this good. Very well rounded flavor profile, just a couple puffs in. Yeah, the cedar and the nuts are really coming in on the retrohale. This is very tasty. This is a full-bodied cigar, no question about it, but it's not unbearably full. It's unless you're an absolute newbie to cigars, so far I'm thinking this is not going to knock you back on your butt. Mm, delicious. But obviously I have, well, a couple inches to smoke. I never had too many to begin with, but we'll be back in a couple of seconds on the YouTube screen with the verdict on this EP Carillo Inch Maduro. And I started off loving this cigar, as I'm sure you know. And I was loving it up to about 2/3 of the way through. Didn't evolve much. It was the same profile. The baker's chocolate turned into more of a gooey chocolate cake almost, which sounds weird to describe a cigar like that, but it was delicious. And then the last third of the way in, it's fizzling out. The ash is beautiful, holds it really well, handsome silver gray ash. Um, Burn is fantastic. The draw leaves a little bit to be desired. Not a lot. It's perfectly smokable, but it's not a completely effortless draw. But my problem is the flavor profile. 2/3 of the way in, it stopped being that wonderful, complex, nutty, cedary, chocolatey, you know, gorgeous flavor, and it's thinned out. It's still got a little bit of chocolate to it, a little bit of cedar. All the other sort of ancillary flavors have died off, and the flavor is just a lot weaker now, and there's a little extra flavor. I can't put my finger on it, but it's actually a little bit of a foul, almost like an ammonia flavor, like it wasn't aged well enough, but it clearly has been aged well enough because I would have had that ammonia flavor all the way through if it wasn't. Yeah, there's something a little bit off about this cigar, and I really like EP Carrillos. I really was liking this cigar, and I'm hoping that it's not indicative of all of the inches out there. But I gotta rate the cigar for what it is, and it's got enough good qualities that I'm going to. And this might even be generous. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Price wise, this particular size cigar is about, I think, around $6-7. I got it for a little bit less in a big sampler. Actually, it's not a big sampler. It's an EP Carillo sampler. It's 5 cigars, but still for $6-7, it still might be worth a shot just in case I didn't get a very good example. But I'm a little disappointed. Um, Thank you, anonymous cameraman. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but hopefully it didn't. Anyway, in any case, keep smoking whatever you're smoking, and feel free to leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to give me, and we'll see you around for the next review.